Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great day of SSL soccer. My name is Xenlos, and I'm joined today by...
It's TBC!
Oh, yay! Working the double! Woo! All right. We're here for the second leg of the quarterfinals of the SSL Cup. We'll be seeing today Athênai versus Buenos Aires, Hollywood versus Paris, Catalunya versus Inner London, and Cairo versus Tokyo. Not including Catalunya versus Inner London. What match are you most excited for today?
Wow. Well, if you're not cup literate like me, next round is the semifinals. Sorry, I meant to say cup illiterate. I didn't actually know that. It took me a while to figure that the next round was the semifinals, which means that this is pretty important. This determines who moves on. And for me, what I'm looking forward to watching, if it can't be Catalunya versus Inter London, then I'm looking forward to Hollywood versus Paris, which is actually quite close. Hollywood only lead on aggregate by 1 goal, but it is 1 away goal, of which they have 3. They play at home. They lead the league at the moment, and AS Paris are the bottom. So it'd be absolute drama if they can pull off the upset. We've seen that they can score against them, but we're not going to get that first. Instead, it's Athênai versus Buenos Aires, which is still a great match.
Athênai versus Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires took the game in Buenos Aires by a score of 4-1. Athênai does have that all-important away goal, but they also have a lot of ground to make up in these 90 minutes. We are off and running here. Buenos Aires, of course, wearing red. Athênai wearing the white and blue checker. As Knight goes for a cross, but is quickly turned away. We have an interception by Athênai going out to Ramirez, to Gintonic, back to Lind, back to Ramirez. We're playing triangle strategy. Here in the back, we go forward to Labovic. Over Knight's head, gets it to Owen 44. Owen 44 trying to make a quick impact, takes the shot. It's blocked by Oakdown. And Oakdown is going to try to clear it out, but it's just kind of going short, and there we go.
Credit to 44. He kind of made that shot happen. It was at an awkward angle. I didn't think he was going to go for it. I thought he might hold it up.
Oh, Vandersloff with the interception. Converto fires, but it's blocked by Lind, kept in bounds by Joker. Tried to clear out. Here's Tolly going over to Mike Checker, who's just going to be blocked by Fisher, actually. I thought he just passed it out of bounds. No, it was blocked. We have a corner kick from Gorkov, and that will be headed away. Let's see, do I have any fun facts about this game? Owen 44 with the header. Let's go out of bounds for a goal kick. Presently, Edwin Vandersloth leads in distance run during this tournament, 64.1 kilometers, which is a lot. Not 500 miles, but still a lot.
Well, if we're speaking about a lot, we could talk about the goal difference between Buenos Aires and Athênai over the course of 3 matches now, because this is their 3rd match in 4 games against each other.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here's Fisher. Takes the shot. Nico Fisher with the goal. And that goal difference is just a little bit smaller now.
Yeah, I was going to say it's in 3 games, Athênai have only scored once. But Nico Fisher made that twice very quickly. Definitely a step in the right direction for Athênai. But they're going to need a couple more.
Mike Checker going for Gaverno, but the pass intercepted by Didi Joker. Going back to Fisher, back to Newport, who goes to Lind, who has a whole lot of room to himself. Elects to go out to Ramirez on the side, going wide. go forward for Gin Tonic. Gin Tonic goes to the box. 0-44, saved by Oakdown.
Now, what I will say is that I'm a little surprised that Athênai are not in a more aggressive sort of formation. They're playing in a 4-1-2-3, and the reason I say it differently this time is because Buenos are playing in a true 4-3-3.
44 went for the Thunderstrike.
He scores 1 in 10.
Yeah. So here's Vandersloth going across the Gorkov over the Governo. Governo fires, saved by Anderson. We go back out to Lind. 0-44, one of the players chasing Sky Rise for Golden Boot in the SSL Cup, currently 1 goal behind. 44 has 6, along with Mojo Rising and Ricky Bobby. 44 looking to make it 7, but it's sent wide by Oakdown. And 7 would have been the tie.
Nico Fischer scored his 2nd of the Cup, 4th of the year overall there.
So let's see. We have Ramirez on the throw in 36th minute. I don't know if I should, when I talk about the current game state, I don't know if I should be talking about in aggregate or if I should be talking about this game only, but it is 1-0 Athênai, 4-2 Buenos Aires on aggregate. Ramirez goes around. Fischer, 0-44, that's a goal! And now it's 2-0, and they're only down 1 on aggregate.
Flag stays down, and I kind of want to see what happens here. Play gets dragged close to the line, and there should be an offside. Who keeps him on?
I think Katarina kept him on, barely. We're not even going to get a close offside on that.
Apparently, they don't think it was close.
All right.
All right.
Almost certainly the lines are close, but apparently not close enough. Here's Gorkov on the corner, headed away by Gin Tonic. Labovic going to try to keep it in bounds. Does. Gets it over to Gin Tonic. Like I said, that ties 0-44 for the Golden Boot lead with his 7th goal of the Cup. Calavera going back to Katarina. Going to Checker. Vandersloth. Goes back to Checker again. Checker going to Calavera. Back to intercepted by Ramirez. Goes forward to Labovic. Going deep for Fischer. Fischer takes it right on the edge of the box. Looking for 44 maybe, but blocked by Checker. Recovered by Buenos Aires. Vandersloth going to take it straight down the line. Passing it to Governo. Going back to Vandersloth. Back to Calavera. Going for Gorkov. Gorkov fires. Laurie Gorkov scores. And it's 2-1 Buenos Aires. We're now tied on away goals, and Buenos Aires is back up 5-3 on aggregate.
This is a very important goal for Buenos Aires, and especially before the halftime mark here, they can go into the locker room with a much different outlook on the game.
Oh, we're getting tight offside for this one. Oh, the line's close. Oh, those lines are close.
There goes Ramirez, who just barely kept him on.
So now Athênai still has 2 goals to make up. And they really cannot afford to give up another. Oh my goodness, that was. They really cannot afford to give up another goal, because then that 2-goal deficit effectively becomes a 4-goal deficit, as they will as Buenos Aires would take the lead on away goals. So Athênai needs to play very carefully, but still aggressively, which is a hilarious oxymoron. 0-44 went for the shot, takes a second shot, and saved again. Cleared out. And that's going to take us to the half. Athênai up 2-1 in this game.
Yeah, sorry. Neither team really wanted to end.
No.
Honestly, if it were up to the players, they'd still be out there playing. But nope, the referee blows the half to an end, and looking at the scoreline, and it's 2-1, and the things I do look to be fairly ahead most of the statistics. Buenos Aires, though, I think for their opportunities have been quite clinical. They've looked good, attacking wise, but they haven't had the most chances, obviously.
Oh boy. Yeah, Athênai, for their formation, Athênai is still finding a way to play a very aggressive, offensive way of football, but they need to get 2 more on the board, and they only have 45 minutes to do so. Good interception is a way to start, but gusty winds with a drizzle. That's not going to make shooting easy today. Here's Gorkov on the corner. Looking near post for David Bruxpatron, and we talked about how important of a goal that is. And that is 2-2 here in the second half.
Yeah, it's starting to look a little dire for Athênai.
Yeah.
They need to score 4 outright at this point to move on. To move on.
I said that was a very important, you couldn't afford to give that up goal. Penalty kicks are now out of the question here. Athênai needs 4 goals in 30 minutes to get to those semifinals.
Normally, I'm pretty optimistic in these sort of events, you know. We've seen that out of most teams. Athênai is not one of them.
Yeah. I mean, you know me, I'm Mr. No deficits insurmountable, no lead is safe, but it is a big deficit.
It's a big lead.
Yeah. All right, well, time is starting to fly by now. Only about 20 minutes left in this game. Mike Checker picks up a yellow. Here's Guevara taking it out. Intercepted by Labovic. Labovic goes for 44, but Checker intercepts the pass between 44 and Fisher. And Buenos Aires has it back under control, and that's an opportunity that if you're Athênai, you need to get. You need to convert that, but credit to Buenos Aires, though. I don't want to sit here and harp on Athênai. Credit to Buenos Aires. They're playing very, very well. Like, there is a reason that they have this lead. It's because they played so well the first game, and now they're just doing what they needed to do in this second game. Here's Joker on the cross, and cleared out by Katarina. Oh, here's Owen 44 again. What a shot! Owen 44 scores! And that's 1 goal that deficit made up. What an absolute laser by 44.
And only time will tell if this is a consolation goal. Certainly, I hope it is not. But if it is, it doesn't hurt 044 to at least take some sort of silverware home.
Yeah, that puts him in the lead for the Golden Boot. That is his 8th goal of the Cup. Here's Knight on the throw-in. Pacing past Labovic, but intercepted by Ramirez. And that is, oh goodness gracious, I didn't see how late we are. This is the 92nd minute. Labovic goes back to Ramirez to Hyuga. And they're just going to dribble this out. That is full time. Buenos Aires. They lose the battle but win the war as they will advance to the semifinals. 6-4 on aggregate. But Athênai came out, played a good game today. Won 3-2 in the individual game today.
The Cinderella run continues for CA Buenos Aires. At this point, it even feels silly to call it a Cinderella run. They have been really good in Division 1. Unfortunately, as of late, have hit a bit of rough patch of form. This certainly adds to it, but they're going to be happy to be moving on, I'm sure. And it wasn't the most terrible match from them. We did see a good performance from Gorkov there.
And I think just that shot from Bruxpatron was just it was the backbreaker. Like, it turned what was a very close aggregate affair to a 4-goal aggregate affair. And that's enough to take the wind out of anyone's sails. Credit to Athênai for coming back, scoring another goal, but just couldn't get enough back there.
Yeah, and sadly, I think it's the game plan executed to Athênai's preference, if I say so. They're a very balanced team. What that means is they play as offensively as they do defensively, and they got their bang for their buck there.
Yeah. That's going to close the book on quarterfinal number 1. We're going to go to number 2, which is Hollywood versus Paris, the game that I think both of us are looking forward to. Hollywood currently up 3-2 on aggregate with away goals. So Paris has a mountain to climb. They got to win by 2.
It's a 2-goal deficit to start for AS Paris.
Yep.
And it only gets larger as Hollywood inevitably add on to that. Because, it's Hollywood.
I mean, we saw Paris, I'm trying to remember when they played in D1, because I feel like we saw them hold well in D1. I think it was one of those games where the wheels kind of fell off at the end, but
if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Like, they've played Hollywood very close. Like, this is not your expected top of the table versus bottom of the table affair. The matches in the past have been close between these two teams. All right, here's Ling Kwai going forward, looking for tiki-taka. That's going to be blocked by Snooks. Barfoot gets his hands on it. We're going to have a corner. I imagine, yep, that'll be taken by Gerard. Looking near post for Bobby, who just kind of heads it into the crowd. Well, that was an interesting formation that looked like for Paris. There's Valor going forward to Taka. Taka taking it to the edge of the box, pursued by 2 Paris players. Goes back for Ling Kwai, fires, blocked by Horvat, out of bounds. Another corner for Gerard. And there's the corner. It's headed, clips the crossbar, but out of bounds, goal kick.
I believe you saw Hollywood's formation up top there. It is that asymmetric 4-2-3-1.
Ah, yes. Ricky Bobby with the header goes wide. That's a goal kick. Yeah, we talked about this the last time they played, that you just leave, I believe it was Kwai, just a whole bunch of room up on that left side by himself. And it worked out last time. It was possible, just Zanetti not having any of that. Clicks it way clear.
And against Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and against Hollywood, that's kind of what you want to do. You don't want the ball anywhere near your net, because things like that can happen.
Here's Barfoot out to Washburn. Ling Kwai going for Ricky Bobby, headed over the net again. Hits the top of the crossbar.
And I remind our viewers, a single goal for Hollywood puts AS Paris in a perilous position.
Yes. And if you keep giving Hollywood these chances, eventually, one of them is going to go in. You got to figure out a way to stop it. Gerard with the cross over to Ling Kwai, plays it off his chest, goes back to Gerard. Cross over the crossbar again. I'm going to call that a 4-1-2-2-1. I apologize. I thought I silenced my phone. I'm going to call that a 4-1-2-2-1 that Paris is playing. Gerard going back to Ling Kwai to Valor. Over the net.
That is what we in the football manager business call the 4-3-3 DM wide.
Ooh. Oh, Barfoot with a big save to keep Paris in this. 42nd minute. What a diving save. That's going to take us to the half. It is a 0-0 affair. But like we said, Hollywood does lead 3-2 on aggregate, with those 3 goals being away goals. And boy, have they controlled the offense of this game.
Yeah, they're at home. They're in front of their hometown audience. This is a crowd that has seen Hollywood dominate for years, has won the cup 2 years prior, was denied the opportunity by Tokyo last year, and are thirsty for another chance of a double.
Yeah. One interesting thing I do find about this team is Ricky Bobby coming in today was tied for second in the Golden Boot race with 6. Ricky Bobby is also our leader during the cup with 42 shots on target, which means only 1 in every 7 on target shots is going in. I don't know if he's had 7 today, but I imagine he's getting close. So some sort of law of averages says it's going to happen. Taka Zanetti with the block. Start the half. And here's Zanetti on the throw-in, 48th minute. Goes back to Alistair. Alistair just kind of zoots around and then kicks it over the net. Not a great opportunity for Paris. I feel like that was not the call there, but there's a reason I'm a play-by-play and not even color commentator, let alone a player.
You're a player. You're playing later on.
Oh, that's fair. Here's Zanetti to Alistair. Over to Oak. Oak going forward to Zanetti. Zanetti keeps it in bounds, tries to get around Possible. Possible picks his pocket, takes it back into the attacking third for Hollywood. Oak keeping up step for step. Oak blocks it without even trying on accident. Bobby fires, and that's going to be just wide.
So these wacky stats make me sad now. I can't say Ricky Bobby doesn't miss very often because 1 in 7 is statistically pretty often.
42 shots on goal. There is something to be said about getting 42 clean shots on target. There's another shot from Alistair, but that's over the net.
I didn't know we were playing Beckham's only today.
I think it's a lot of it comes from those corner kicks, as they love to just corner kick it right to Bobby with the header, and sometimes it just doesn't go. But we are playing a very dangerous game out of the back here. Finally cleared out, picked up by Spec Jarrow. Jarrow going to go back to the keeper, to Sterling. Gets it forward to Costanza. Forward to Gerard, to Rashford. Hollywood starting to move the ball very methodically. We're in the 76th minute. Here's Tiki Taka. Barfoot makes the save but can't hold on to it, but the Paris will get it cleared out. But time is running out on AS Paris. Remember, they need 2 goals. 1 will not do it for him. Here's Brisky. Brisky has his pocket picked by Lin Kwai, who outpaces him. Gets it to Gerard, to Costanza, to Valor. Gerard going deep, but it's just taken by Washburn, who goes all the way back to Barfoot. Barfoot booms it out. Looking for Papadopoulos, overshoots, ends up at the feet of Costanza. Now Hollywood is moving forward again. Lin Kwai almost has his pocket picked by Cortez. They get it to Rashford, and it's headed by Bobby, saved by Barfoot.
Boy, Barfoot certainly doing his part to keep Esperi in this, but time ticking away.
Yeah, Barfoot goes out deep. Esperi going to have to score very quickly if they want to have a shot at getting a second, but I don't think it's going to happen. Lin Kwai, that's it, full time. So we have a 0-0 draw in Hollywood, which, again, nothing to take away from Paris. Normally, you're very happy with a 0-0 draw in Hollywood. But unfortunately, today they were down on aggregate. So Hollywood will advance to the semis 3-2 on aggregate.
Yeah, for Hollywood, I'm sure they'll take the draw. Their defense played very well. Only 2 shots on target for AS Paris, and I don't remember them being too threatening. Defense played well for AS Paris, though. They were able to shut out Hollywood, something that has happened a couple times this year, but in the season prior was really rare to see.
Yeah. And then Hollywood only had 3 shots on target. Like, they had 18 shots, only 3 of them on target.
And the 3 that were, Bori Bartlett was all over it.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, any other day, any day that's not today, you take a 0-0 draw in Hollywood and you're over the moon. But this is the one day where that is not the case.
Well, I'm sure Hollywood will take it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, if you're facing Hollywood and you end up with a 0-0 draw, playing versus Hollywood in Hollywood, over the moon. But that's going to take us to our third game, Catalunya versus Inter London. Inter London took the last game 3-1. It was at the Boris Johnson Party Dome. Today, Catalunya is at home with 1 away goal to their name and a 2-goal deficit to overcome.
Yeah, and a little bit behind the scenes look, I can say for sure that Catalunya have come out swinging. The head coach's instructions have been involving a very attacking sort of 4-4-2 narrow diamond, so a sort of mirror to what Inter London are playing.
So let's see. Do I have any fun facts? I think the only fun fact that I have for this game is Tony Yeboah, the keeper for Inter London, currently leads the cup goalkeepers with 84.8% save percentage. For those who watched our cast yesterday on Offside Watch for Jerry, the current leaders are Hugh Mann and JJ Okocha with 8. Jerry has 5, but after seeing yesterday, he can catch up. But there's a shot by Walter Pinkman, and that is a very important goal for Inter London, as we are now tied on away goals, and Inter London goes up 4-1 on aggregate.
And much like the earlier match in Division 2, Inter London strike very early on, and it's Walter Pinkman. The attacking midfielder able to find some space and rifles that shot into the top corner where Gunnarsson just could not get to it.
So here's the 4 on the throw-in over to Clements. The 4 taking up the sideline. Pocket pick by Mueller, who goes over to Järvinen. Järvinen taking it up towards the box. Like you said, playing very aggressive today, but Yeboah makes the save. We are off and running. 7th minute now. Vins headed away by Dives in a lot, but brought back to Vins, who tries to get to Debernia. Back for the cross to McFlopface all by himself in the box. Dimitrov makes the interception. It is cleared out by, it looked like, Ruma. And Debernia goes back to Järvinen. Jerry trying to get in front of Järvinen. Can't quite pick his pocket. Dives in a lot, wins the header, but it goes back to Catalunya. Järvinen to Dogwood Maple. Yeboah just falls on it. Takes no chances. They kick it out to Millar. Over to Ruma, to McGurk, over to Yore. And then intercepted by Busquets over to JJ Okocha, who fires and scores. And we are now even here, 1-1, 4-2 aggregate.
An important early goal from Catalunya. They definitely needed to set that tone, and J. Okocha just gets it done there, puts you in the perfect place.
Here's, we're going to have it taken out by Debernia. Over to Järvinen, but picked up by the floor. Never mind. Dogwood Maple fires and it scores! And just that quickly, it is a 1-goal lead on aggregate as Catalunya goes up 2-1.
I think it was literally immediately after the kickoff. Unfortunate ball placement by DeFleur there. Good pressing from Maple. He really kind of pressured that ball off the defender. Got in front of the pass for Ruma and tucks that pass to Boa. Same side that Coach had tucked that into. That's number 8 for Maple as well.
Yeah. We're going out to Järvinen. Järvinen fires. Save by Yeboah. I believe that is Maple's 6th cup goal. I could be wrong. Dives in a lot with the head away, but McFlopface heads it back, but then we head it back to London, and then they head it back to Catalunya. We're just playing back and forth tennis match here. De Bernia goes over to Vins. Vins to Järvinen. Järvinen goes back to Busquets. McFlopface over to Järvinen again. Back to McFlopface. Millar trying to get in the middle of it. DeFleur tries to win the header. Vins in the box. Goes back to Busquets. They can't get the shot that they want. They're going to clear out of the box, try to reset. But then DeFleur with the interception headed to Jerry, but Juliusson will take... Ooh, goodness. Gunnarsson way out of the goal. Now we have a goal kick from Yeboah. One of these days I'm going to get a second to breathe.
Like I said, very attacking. That includes the goalkeepers.
So here's Dimitrov going forward to Jerry. Jerry keeps it inbounds in the box. Clements can't get a clean shot off. Going to be cleared out by Muir looking for a Kocha, but then it'll be cleared out by Dives in a lot. Picked up back by Vins. Going forward for a Kocha again. JJ Akocha going forward for McFlopface. Fires over the net. Looked like it dinked off the crossbar. We're only 18 minutes in. So here's Vincent. Ooh, very big tackle by Dives in a lot. No foul called. Going forward to Walter Pinkman. Goes forward to Yore to Clements. Clements goes back to Yore. Yore goes to the floor. But pass intercepted by Vins. Over to Akocha. Still in the 20th minute. Akocha trying to take it towards that back corner. Looking for a cross. The floor steals it from him. Looking for Clements, but Juliusson wins the header battle. Goes back to Vins forward to Akocha. Akocha fires just wide. Akocha is offside. His cup-leading 9th offside of the tournament. So here's Dogwood Maple going forward to JJ Akocha again. Dives in a lot. Great challenge to block the shot. But Catalunya still on the attack. As you said, TVC, very, very aggressive. Not leaving any room to breathe. Especially for me. All right. Vins goes across. Maple heads it over. And we're going to have a goal kick. No, Maple offside. Oops. And now time is starting to go by. Things have settled down a little bit. 35th minute. The floor with the throw in the Clements. It's going to be intercepted. Mueller taking it up the middle. Finds JJ Akocha. Tries to get around the floor, but can't. Goes around the Dogwood Maple, who's being trailed by Dimitrov. Dimitrov, it's crossed, and it's just wide by Akocha. Another close call. Here's Yeboah out 2, dives in a lot to DeFleur. DeFleur dribbles just a little too hard, picked up by Mueller. Mueller into the box, looking for Maple. It's headed away. Donnarumma wins the header battle. Järvinen goes to De Bernia. Yeboah gets his hands on it, but that's going to be a corner kick. Here's Vins to take the corner. Headed away by Millar. No, going to be a throw-in as you get a little bit of a reset. How much time are we going to have on stoppage time for this first half? 2 minutes. Here's Jerry on the corner as we cross the 45-minute mark. Looked like they were looking for Millar or Ruma. Couldn't quite tell. Pinkman goes forward to Jerry, over to Tata Yore, to dives in a lot, back to Millar. Millar goes forward to Yore. Vins, good challenge, but it's recovered by Inter London. Over to Millar. Millar forward to Pinkman, to McGurk. Jerry back to McGurk. McGurk goes forward, fires into the crowd. That's going to be a goal kick. And that brings us to the half. Catalunya up 2-1 in this game. Inter London still up 4-3 on aggregate. And we have a tie on away goals.
Yeah, other than that very early chance for Inter London, nothing after that. In the first half, it was all Catalunya.
Yeah. And Catalunya has done the one thing that a lot of teams in D2 have struggled to do. And even some teams in D1, they have shut down K. Clements. I don't think I've said K. Clements' name once this game so far. But
yep. No. They've not done very much attacking wise Inter London. That's because they've been busy defensively. The attack from Catalunya is certainly putting a lot of pressure.
Mojo Rising coming in at the half. Mojo Rising, one of those other players that came into the day, tied for second in the Golden Boot race. The floor misses the pass, and that's going to be a throw-in.
Super sub Mojo Rising.
Yeah. Here's Maple. Ooh, off of Dimitrov. McGurk tries to head it away. Jerry makes the recovery, goes back to McGurk. McGurk trying to get it forward, just trying to get it out of Inter London's defensive zone, because they have been doing a lot of work in their defensive zone today. But they can't quite get it forward. Dimitrov still just Debernia in front of him, and then Rising makes the steal. Here's Dogwood Maple. Dogwood Maple fires, but Yeboah just stands strong in front of it and makes the save. Here's Vins over to Okocha. Okocha going deep for Dogwood Maple again. Yeboah with another key save.
It's twice that he was able to get the better Maple there, though Maple has scored once this match already.
Millar gets the header as Vins goes near post, but nobody home. Alrighty. Yeboah clears it out, recovered by Mojo Rising. They go over to Juliuson, to Mueller. Headed away by Donnarumma, but recovered by Fist over the Vins. They're back in the box. Vins goes for the cross. Dimitrov gets in front of it. That's going to be a corner kick. Vins on the corner, headed away by Ruma. Picked up by Fist. Over to Vins keeps it in. Goes to Debernia. We're still playing around in the box, trying to find anyone that we can cross to. It's picked up by Yarvinen. Oh, they look for Vins, but dives in a lot, makes the header to clear it out. But it's right back at the feet of Catalunya. Vins intercepted by McGurk, going forward to Pinkman. Pinkman finds K. Clements. K. Clements takes it towards the back, looking for Jerry. No, it's going to be challenged by Fist and then cleared out. I am sorry, TVC. I have not given you any space to talk this game.
No, there's a lot going on. Call to action.
Here's DeFleur going to Yore. DeFleur and Vincent's getting into a little bit, going back to Yore, over to Millard. DeFleur looking for Pinkman, but it's going to be headed away by Devernia, picked up by Okocha. Okocha goes forward, looking for Rising. Good challenge by Yore. Dimitrov picks up the ball, tries to just clear it out. It's going to be picked up by Juliuson. And intercepted by Walter Pinkman. Walter Pinkman, daylight in front of him, fires, saved by Gunnarsson.
You had to think Pinkman had space on the left-hand side. He went short side there.
That's the first real chance that Inter London's had in a hot minute this match.
And if the first half was any tale, that might be their only chance this half.
Yeah. Vinzen's going deep to Yarvinen in the box. Yarvinen clean shot, saved by Yeboah, but then the rebound, Dogwood Maple. And we are now tied on aggregate, 4-4. Score here's 3-1. Away goals tied. Currently, we're on track for some penalties.
Dogwood Maple just in the right place, right time there. That is number 9 for him. Number 7 in the competition.
Yeah. So here's the from the floor to Clements. Looking for Jerry. And if you're in London, oh my goodness, Walter Pinkman! I was just going to say, What a key goal they would have, because that would essentially put them up 2. And right as I was going to say that, Walter Pinkman with a placing of a shot right in the very corner. Whew.
That wasn't struck with any particular venom. That was just kind of put into the post. I think Gunnarsson thought that was headed onto the outside of the post, and it just unfortunately probably whiffled in.
Yeah. But that is a very, very important goal here. With 18 minutes to go, here's Gunnarsson going out to Fist, over to Busquets, over to DeBernia. DeBernia going forward to Järvinen, to Maple, back to Järvinen. Järvinen gets it forward to Mojo Rising, fires off the post, but then JJ Okocha converts the rebound. And now we're within 1 again.
And within 1 because Inter London have the 2 away goals, which means that Catalunya, even though we are tied on aggregate, are behind. They need another.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to have an offside here. Ooh, those lines are very close.
They need another.
All right, so now it is clenching time for both Catalunya and Inter London fans. 78th minute, corner headed away, picked up by Juliusson. Juliusson to Busquets, back to Vinsvins. Vinsvins into the box, just kind of yeets it past the goal. That went into row D. And we're going to have a goal kick by Yeboah. Dives in a lot. Okocha trying to get very close to dives in a lot to try to maybe get a playing out of the back goes wrong moment. But nothing doing there. Rising crosses over to Järvinen. No, to DeBernia, who will then go to Järvinen. Off of Dimitrov. Recovered by DeBernia. Taking it up the side. Trailed by McGurk. Going for some sort of cross. Looking for Vinsvins, who's all alone. Back to Busquets. To DeBernia, who now has no one in front of him. But Inter London quickly swallows up that opportunity. And that's a penalty.
Boy. Dimitrov kind of runs over DeBernia there.
And Dogwood Maple converts the penalty that will put Catalunya. Yep. That'll put Catalunya up 6-5 on aggregate. That is a very, very big penalty.
Yeah, I don't think there was any doubt that that was a penalty. He barreled over Kevin DeBernia, who certainly looked like he was inside the penalty box. I guess you could say he might have been close to the line, but close is still in, right? If he was on the line, different story, but he was absolutely inside the line there. And what a tough time to make that mistake.
So now Inter London has 10 minutes to get a goal on the board, or their tournament is done. Here's Clements going forward to Jerry. Jerry takes a shot, saved by Gunnarsson. That's going to be a corner kick. Taken by Jerry. A lot of red kits in front of that corner. It's going to be headed away by Fist. Pinkman goes looking for K. Clements, headed by Vinsvins. Tatayore wins the race to get over to the ball, though. Over to Mueller. DeFleur gets it to Millar, to McGurk. McGurk going to DeFleur all by himself, going for the cross, looking for Jerry or Clemens, can't quite find him. Cleared out by Juliusson. They get it to Okocha. Okocha going deep. Fires by Dogwood Maple, looking for his 4th of the day, but it's going to be turned aside by Yeboah.
And it's offside.
All right. So here's Fist going deep out to Maple again. Maple barely keeps it in bounds, looking for JJ Okocha. Okocha in front of the goal, goes back, Rising, fires, save Yeboah. Now only 5 minutes left for Inter London to come back into this. Free kick from Dives in a lot, over to Yore, back to Dives in a lot, over to Millar. Goes back to Ruma just to try to clear up some of the pressure, goes forward to Dimitrov, to McGurk. McGurk goes forward to Pinkman. Looking for DeFleur, finds DeFleur in his own zip code. Vins with the block. That's going to go out of bounds. We're going to have a corner kick. 80. We're in the 90th minute now. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Jerry to take the corner. Headed over the net. Goal kick. And now this is probably the final minute of this game. Inter London has to act fast. DeFleur going forward, but it's going to end up at Vins's chest. Go look for Mojo Rising, intercepted by Malar. Given to Yeboah, forward to Dimitrov. Maybe only 15 seconds left, McGurk. They have to get the ball forward into the attacking third, or the ref is probably going to blow the whistle on this game. Vins with the interception. Juliusson clears it out. And that is it. Catalunya takes a 5-2 victory that gives them a 6-5 victory on aggregate.
Well, I certainly didn't lie in the pregame when I said that they being Catalunya, came to attack. Wow, they were all gas this match. 5 goals the result, 4 open play, a very clear 5th penalty in my opinion, 4.4 xG, and they absolutely dominated and showed a lot of the Division 1 class that I think that they themselves would agree have been missing this from them this season.
Oh boy, what a heartbreaker for Inter London though. Especially when that game-winning goal comes on a penalty at the edge of the box. That is a tough time.
Yeah, no, and Yeboah played his heart out. Probably the best player for Inter London there. Still couldn't do enough, and the defense kind of did let him down. Well, there's no kind of or did. They very much did let him down this match, and still he played well.
Yeah, credit to Catalunya. They came in. They knew they needed a lot of goals, especially once Inter London scored that first goal to tie up the away goals. They knew they needed a lot, and they went out and they got it. But that's going to take us to our final game of the day. We're going to have Cairo versus Tokyo. Tokyo won the first game out 3-0. Cairo picking up no away goals. So it's going to be a interesting situation for them coming into this game.
Yeah, I expect another repeat from Tokyo, in the sense that it's either a 2 or 3-0 win from them. Cairo this season have not looked to be top of form. Tokyo look to be competing against Hollywood for the title at the moment. That'll be a match we see later on in the day. That is Division 1, match day 9 coming up a little later on, that is. But for now, the stakes are a bit different. Cairo already sitting on a 3-0, a 3-goal deficit for Tokyo, a 3-goal lead.
Okay, but let me tell you a couple things about these teams. Okay, Tokyo, Lydia Nessie is the cup leader in average rating, averaging a 9.03 rating so far. But on the other side, Cairo, the Heretic, their goalkeeper, the Heretic, leads in average rating for a goalkeeper at 7.56 per game.
The Heretic, a cup legend of a few years ago during his rookie season, making, I think, three penalty saves against Tokyo. They had like 6-time match.
So we'll see how this goes. Arasov is going to be headed away by Mike Rupp. Cairo also, speaking of Cairo and Ketchup Noodle. Oh, wait, hold on. Wesley Staines. What a shot. And that's going to be 1-0 Cairo, and they've cut the aggregate deficit to 2.
Through goal decision for Staines, incredible shot. I don't think we're going to see another one of those this match. So certainly we can scratch that one off the bingo list for Cairo. They're going to need 2 more to be called.
Oh, big save, but no, that wasn't even the Heretic saving it. But I was going to say Ketchup Noodle, the league leader in the cup for red cards, being the only person to draw a red card this cup. So by default, they are the leader. The free kick from Noodle. Torres heads it, but that's going to be saved by Rube.
I do find it kind of ironic that Ketchup Noodle is in a mustard yellow jersey.
I thought you were going to say you were going to find it ironic that Ketchup is the only person who's drawn the red card, but yours works too. Cairo going over to Visser, headed by Sky Rise, and that's a very important goal for Tokyo, as they have now overtaken away goals, and that 3-goal lead on aggregate is now effectively a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, that's your double for Tokyo, and this is why away goals are very important to be noted. If you're drinking to this cast tonight, I sure hope that you have not been all the way through. Otherwise, you should be in a hospital by now.
Yes, if you are playing the drinking game, I pray to God that you are not, one of your drinks is not mention of the away goal. If you are, I am so sorry.
But yes, because of those rules, that goal is essentially a double.
Sky Rise looking for another goal, saved by the Heretic. I believe
looking for the triple.
I believe that it put Sky Rise back in the tie for Golden Boot. I can't remember if Owen 44 had 2 goals or 3.
He had 2.
In our first game. He had 2. So yeah, that'll put Sky Rise back in the tie. Oh, it's off the post! Oh, what a shot. Deserved a goal, but it goes off the post and then tripped by Visser. We're going to have a free kick taken by Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves, the official search engine of the SSL. # not sponsored.
Well, I'll tell you what they're searching for right now. It's they're looking for another goal.
Here is Black heading it away, but Bjorkis looked like he could have went for a steal there and then kind of just tiptoed around not getting one. Versetti going over to Nessie to Rise, saved by the Heretic. And we are zooming through this first half, 41st minute, 42nd minute. Rupp out to Shet.
That was Rise's 11th goal this season.
So Rise, the Heretic. Oh my God, Hayden is so close to the Heretic. They get it to Torres. Torres goes forward to catch up Noodle. Noodle trying to get around Nessie. Nessie steals the ball, goes to Sky Rise. And we're going to have a corner kick from Nessie, 44th minute. And that's going to be headed away. Picked up by Kaido. Ooh, good challenge by Jones. No foul called there. Here's to Shet, going back to Rupp to Toastman. How did Toastman going back to Rupp, forward to Touchette again, forward looking for Sky Rise. Sky Rise fires off the Heretic. They'll roll out of bounds. So here's Nessie to take the corner. 2 minutes of stoppage time added to this half. Torres recovers the corner kick that went away. Ooh, that's going to be a free kick. Touchette, a big slide on the Torres. And that'll take us to the half. So we currently have a 1-1 draw here. Tokyo up 4-1 on aggregate.
I think but Sean Touchette is a little lucky to get away uncarded there. The referee saw enough to call a foul, but in honesty, that was an aggressive tackle. Probably should have seen a yellow card.
Probably, but didn't.
Nope. Instead, we're sitting 1-1 into halftime. Neither side with cards, all even across the board, except for the aggregate board, where Tokyo currently lead by 3.
All right, so second half starts off. No substitutions, it seems. Oh, excuse me. All right, Staines going, intercepted by Visser. Rube clears it out. So Toastman taking the free kick at the midfield. The Heretic picks up the pass that just went a little bit too far. Holds on to it. Goes out to Black. Black going forward to Bjorkis. Forward to Jeeves. Jeeves taking it up the sideline. Being trailed by Rise. Rise caught up to him very quickly. Jeeves goes back to Bjorkis. Over to Staines. Bjorkis challenged by Asagi. Versetti picks it up. And then Hayden going to take it over to Rise. Trying to outpace Jeeves. Rise goes back to Nessie, over to Touchette. Touchette to Nessie, to Asagi. Asagi to Kaido, fires, saved by the Heretic. Arasov takes it out of bounds. But now we have another opportunity. Here's Kaido again. We go back to Arasov as it's intercepted. Arasov taking it forward, trying to get past midfield, gets it to Torres. Torres takes it into the attacking third, then goes back to Jones to take it out of the attacking third, but then they go back into the attacking third via Arasov, who makes the cross over to Bjorkins to catch him. Noodle, it's off the post as Rube dives for it. And offside. Every time.
I mean, it was a great looking play.
It was. Just like this one is Torres goes for the shot. Saved by Rube.
In both plays, the common denominator there is no goal.
Jeeves on the corner, headed away, but recovered by Jones, who's just outside the box. They go forward to Black. Black goes way back onto their side of the field, the Aldrop. 61st minute now. Finally see a yellow card picked up by Visser. Nessie takes the corner, but it's going to be headed away, picked up by Kaido. Kaido going over to Asagi. To Versetti. Versetti goes forward to Rise. To Nessie. Takes it up outside the box. Goes for the cross. No. Black with the interception. They clear it out. And they're going back towards midfield to Torres. Torres looking for Jones. Finds Jones at the edge of the box. Goes for the cross, but saved by Rube. Not quite sure who Jones is going for there. Maybe he was going for his own shot, but Rube, either way, makes the save. So here we go, deep out to Hayden. Hayden trying to get past the Heretic, and does! Caleb Hayden scores! Puts Tokyo up 2-1, 5-1 on aggregate.
We've all been baited. When you think the highlight is for Cairo, but it's actually a highlight for Tokyo.
And I think that is sadly the dagger for Cairo. They need 5 goals in about 24 minutes. That's off the post. Never mind, they need 6 goals as Skyrise puts one away to put Tokyo up 3-1, 6-1 on aggregate.
Number 8 for Hayden, number 12 for Rise. That's his brace for Rise there. Of course, he gets it done with the foot after the big old dome hits the post yet again. Puts it away with the left foot this time.
Yeah, that's Skyrise's 9th goal of the cup. As we go out, we find Jones. Jones takes a shot, and Hunter Jones answers back quickly to make this a 3-2 game, a 6-2 aggregate. But Cairo City still have a lot of ground to make up, but that's a start.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think if we're going to see passes like that, we might get a couple more goals. But they need more than just a couple more goals.
Yeah. Asagi off the free kick just tries to chip the wall of players, and does, to their credit. Just wide of the goal, and Heretic picks it up. And here's Black going forward to Bjorkis. We go to Staines going deep for Jones. They find Arasov. Arasov has a little bit of open room in front of him. Goes to fire, saved by Rube. Rube takes it to the edge of the box.
Just gonna take his time.
Yep.
At this point, Tokyo know they've got should have more than enough.
Yeah, and here's Hayden. Hayden chips, and that's over the goal.
Hayden looking for that cheeky little chip.
I put a little too much salsa on that one. Black clears out after the free kick, but recovered by Nessie. Nessie goes back to Versetti, over to Touchette. Back to Asagi, over to Skyrise. Skyrise goes back to Asagi. Over to Touchette again, over to Visser. Visser goes forward to Kaido. They're in the box now, going back, looking for Hayden, but it's blocked by Arasov. Kaido picks up the rebound and just decides to shoot it himself. It bounces off the Heretic and goes out of bounds.
And I think there was some sort of offside interference. I don't know at the very end of there. Doesn't matter. We'll not get. It's a goal kick.
Yeah. And the end of this game is nigh, as Tokyo is going to move on to the semifinals. And that's a full-time whistle. Tokyo takes a 3-2 win on the road to win the game and then win 6-2 on aggregate.
A lot to like if you're a Cairo City fan. Their 2 goals were very good. And yes, overall, I think they played well through the match. The last 15 minutes, certainly a concern. We saw Tokyo kind of turn it on at the very end there after they scored the 2 goals. But more importantly, we kind of saw Cairo give up.
If you ignore the 65th to 68th minute, it's a fantastic game for Cairo. Unfortunately, you can't just ignore 3 minutes of the game.
And in the cup, you certainly cannot ignore the first 3-0 leg. And that's going to be a contributor as Tokyo move on 6-2.
Indeed. So that is what our standings look like at the end of the day. Buenos Aires, Tokyo, Catalunya, and Hollywood will be your 4 teams advancing on to our semifinals.
Now, I'm actually kind of sad we didn't get a away goal decider in this round. We will see if in the semifinals, if anyone's hearts are broken by an away goal.
Yeah. I was sad we didn't get penalties. I thought we were going to have penalties for a minute. I thought Catalunya London was going to come down to penalties, and then just went all off the rails.
Let me check the script. I don't think we have that in until the final.
Oh, darn it. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us for today. If you stuck it out through all 4 games, I highly appreciate you sticking it out with us. Hope you had as good of a time as we did. And I don't know, do you know when the draw for the semifinal will be done?
I do not.
Well, hopefully it'll be soon, and we'll see how that goes. But until then, I've been Xenlos.
And I'm TVC.
And I hope you all have a fantastic night.